Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhire Nashta Prayashu Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Sakhalu Idam Bhagavan Kala Shaktya Guna Pravahe Navibhakta Viryaha Karoti Akartaiva Nihanti Ahanta Chesta Vihumna Khalu Durvibhavya Sakhalu Idam Bhagavan Kala Shaktya Guna Pravahe Navibhakta Viryaha Karoti Akartaiva Nihanti Ahanta Chesta Vibhumna Khalu Durvibhavya Sakhalu Idam Bhagavan Kala Shaktya Guna Pravahe Navibhakta Viryaha Karoti Akartaiva Nihanti Ahanta Chesta Vibhumna Khalu Durvibhavya Sakhalu Idam Bhagavan Kala Shaktya Guna Pravahe Navibhakta Viryaha Karoti Akartaiva Nihanti Ahanta Chesta Vibhumna Khalu Durvibhavya Saha the Khalu however Idam this Bhagavan the personality of God Kala of time Shaktya by the force Guna Pravahena by the interaction of the modes of nature Vibhakta divided Viryaha whose potencies Karoti acts upon Akarta the non-doer Eva although Nihanti kills Ahanta non-killer Cheshta the energy Vibhumnaha of the Lord Khalu certainly Durvibhavya inconceivable. The Supreme Personality guarded by the inconceivable spirit, supreme energy, time causes the interaction of three modes of mental nature, thus variety of the energy become manifest. It appears that he is acting, but he is not the actor. He is killing, but he is not the killer. Thus it is understood that only by the inconceivable power is everything happening. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, by the inconceivable supreme energy, time, causes the interaction of the three modes of mental nature. And thus, varieties of energy become manifest. It appears that he is acting, but he is not the actor. He is killing, but he is not the killer. Thus it is understood that only by the inconceivable power is everything happening. Hare Krishna Supriti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The word Durbibhavya means inconceivable by our tiny brain, and Vibhakta Viryaha means divided in varieties of potencies. This is a right explanation of the display of creative energies in the material world. We can better understand the mercy of God by an example. A government state is always supposed to be merciful, but sometimes, in order to keep law and order, the government employs its police force, and thus punishment is meted out to the rebellious citizens. Similarly, their relationship with Krishna and have endeavored to lord it over material nature. As a
You
result
jump.
of
Hey, you jump 2 lines. Similarly, the Supreme Personality Godhead.
Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always merciful and full of transcendental qualities, but certain individuals have forgotten their relationship with Krishna and have endeavored to lord it over material nature. As a result of their endeavor, they are involved in varieties of material interaction. It is incorrect to argue, however, that because energy issues from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the actor. In the previous verse, the word nimitta matram indicates that the Supreme Lord is completely aloof from the action and reaction of this material world. His everything being done. How is everything being done? The word inconceivable has been used. It is not within the power of one's small brain to comprehend. Unless one accepts the inconceivable power and energy of the Lord, one cannot make any progress. The forces which act are certainly set up by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is always aloof from their action and reaction. The varieties of energies produced by the interaction of material nature produce the varieties of species of life and the resultant happiness and unhappiness. How the Lord acts is nicely explained in the Vishnu Purana. Fire is situated in one place, while the heat and light produced by the fire act in many different ways. Another example given is that the electric powerhouse is situated in one place, but by its energies, many different types of machinery move. The production is never identical with the original source of the energy, but the original source of the energy, being the prime factor, is simultaneously one with and different from the product. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya's philosophy, Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, is a perfect way of understanding. In this material world, the Lord incarnates in three forms as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, by which he takes charge of the three modes of material nature. By his incarnation of Brahma, he creates; as the incarnation of Vishnu, he maintains; and by his incarnation of Shiva, he also annihilates. But the original source of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, is always apart from these actions and reactions of material nature.
Om
Hare Krishna.
Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Sakalo Idam Bhagavan Kala Shaktya Guna Pravahena Vibhakta Viryaha Karoti akarte vanihanti hanta Chesta vibhumna khalu durvibhavya. The Supreme Personality Godhead by its inconceivable supreme energy, time, causes the interaction of three modes of mental nature, and thus the varieties of energy become manifest. It appears that he is acting, but he is not the actor. He is killing, but he is not the killer. Thus it is understood that only by his inconceivable power is everything happening. Hare Krishna, everybody. Audio is clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So inconceivable. It's actually, therefore, it is so important to come under the protection of a bona fide Guru Parampara. Because it is inconceivable, we can hallucinate. And there are thousands of people speaking thousands of things, many of them having millions of followers. But unfortunately, not many actually are doing any service to society. They're only misleading the society into nonsense. Yesterday I saw a Mayavadi writing. We should read bona fide commentary of it. Mayavadi. Himself in a pot of illusion. So beyond this material creation, there is something is the point of discussion. And in philosophy, this is all discussed. And there are so many people have so many kind of philosophy therefore. And mostly these philosophies are actually based on what we are able to experience in this world. And when you do that, that is one of the fundamental mistakes of the Mayavadis. You end up in another thing which is called Kupa Manduka Nyaya, the logic of the frog in the well. The frog can only see little, what he can see. The frog can see. So frog can only see what he can see, frog. The small well in which is born and the well goes. But the ocean is beyond the capacity of the frog to see. Okay? It's fine, understandable, appreciable. So similarly, when people think about God, the origin of creation, there are some people, the materialists, they only think about what in the terms of matter. But there are some people which are called so-called spiritualists. They still apply what they see in the realm of matter to understand what is inconceivable. It starts with the 6 systems of Indian philosophy. We have Gautama, Kannada, Patanjali. You cannot even imagine the level of munis they were. Powerful munis. They all wrote sutras also. But still, they could not reach the absolute truth. Because it is inconceivable. See, many of us, when you see the beautiful creation of Krishna, like yesterday we were talking, lakhs of species, that itself makes us understand God is inconceivable. So beautiful creation. Lakhs and lakhs of species, different behaviors. This has to be involvement of the Supreme Lord. But something much, much more is inconceivable feature of the Lord. One more inconceivable feature we discuss is how we identify with the body. Correct? It's inconceivable. Creating a body is not a big deal. Correct? But how do you make you identify with the body? That illusory energy of the Lord. That's also inconceivable. So what is inconceivable? The creation. Now, in the same respect, when we talk to the scientists, they say the chance is inconceivable. The accident is inconceivable. It could happen. Random chaos, accidentally, the chemicals combined and made life. Even though their so-called mathematics and everything defies that, it is mathematically impossible for such an event to occur. Still, they somehow believe in it. They believe in the inconceivable power of accidents. At the same time, that only the creation. But then we are identifying with the body, the illusion of Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. It is even more inconceivable as spiritualist for us. But something it is even more inconceivable, Achintya Shakti, what is being taught here. God is doing, but He's not doing anything. In Bhagavad Gita also it is said. He doesn't move, he doesn't have any senses, but he is the origin of all the senses. He doesn't have any form, but is at the same time the most beautiful. He is nearest to us, isn't it in Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter? Then furthest for us. You know. So this is the philosophy which is called Achintya Bheda Veda, but it's actually a very, very not easy to understand the inconceivable feature of the Lord. We know there was certain reason at a particular time Shankaracharya gave the Mayavada Tattva. And it is analyzed that it's the most pratikula, the most dangerous thing for spiritual life. Anukula, pratikula. Anukula means offering service to Krishna favorably. Pratikula means which is not favorable, unfavorable. In fact, it is identified as most unfavorable thing to get into this philosophy. There are different Mahavakyas which Shankaracharya uses. You know, we have a big college, Manipal, the Pragyam, Brahman. Whatever our consciousness we know, that I am. I don't think they even teach or anybody knows what they make a slogan. So many times they make wrong slogans. Somebody makes a slogan in one college, work is worship. Somebody makes a slogan, knowledge is power. Slogan making is very easy. Mission, religion, big thing. But to actually even the slogan what you made, if they can understand, together, all of us sit together. Like Narada gave one shloka to the sons of Daksha, and understanding that, they took sannyas. Even understanding that my consciousness, what I am perceiving, I am that, is a big achievement. So let us proceed then. So even to the Mayavadis, the mistake of the Mayavadis pointed out is that they are taking the material world and then projecting on the spiritual realm. They agree there is spiritual realm, Aham Brahmasmi. But then the nature of the Brahman, they take reference from here. If I have a form, I am local fixed to one place. So God doesn't have form. You know. If I have a relationship, people only cheat. So in the absolute realm, there is no relationships. Nirguna, Nirakara, Brahman. But the Shastra explains, no, God is inconceivable in the sense that not only He is the source of these material manifestations, He is apart from that. That's what the Prabhupada is saying. It is very difficult to understand this inconceivable feature of the Lord. So Shankaracharya gave Advaita Tattva, just explained, Hello, Idam Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, some Mahavakyas he had 4 or 5, which are actually not the focus of the Vedas. You know, you can always take cut and paste and make something as the main thing when the person, there's, you know, many times in conversations that you have taken something, piece of my thing and not understood the whole essence what I was trying to say. So that's what Shankaracharya does, but he had to do that at that time, particular time, as ordered by the Lord, to take away the people who are actually not sincere for devotion service. So after Shankaracharya saying we are that, there was so many acharyas which came, Madhvacharya pointing out, Madhvacharya sits with his hand like this, too, Dvaita, Dvaita. Because so much of oneness was there in this philosophy, he had to disidentify us from the Lord. Why this is all important? You know, so many people say, जो भी हो रहा है भगवान ही कर रहे हैं, you know, they don't understand their responsibility. This whole creation is there, भगवान ने ही किया है. And some accident उसने ही कर दिया आज. So they don't accept any responsibility. And this philosophy causes tremendous confusion. Actually, instead of benefiting the society, it doesn't causes, people get scared of such kind of philosophy. Because there is no responsibility in this philosophy. Everything God is doing, so why I am responsible? Isn't it? But is there a philosophy which can explain actually God is doing but at the same time not doing anything? That is Achinta Veda. Is there a philosophy which can explain that I am same as God at the same time I am different? Yes, that is Achinta Veda. So the four Vaishnava Acharyas, they take up one aspect of the absolute truth, but Achinta Veda actually is the absolute truth. In completeness. It is not tattva, it is the truth. This tattva, that tattva. But this is the absolute truth. And Srimad Bhagavatam is Amala Purana. No mala, no mistakes, no illusion within the scripture. So Krishna's inconceivable feature was exhibited when Krishna was present on the planet. Okay, before we go to that, philosophically it is understood. Madhvacharya at his time had to hammer on the point of soul and God being different. It was needed because so much people are into oneness. I am God, you are God, everybody is God. But actually there is oneness also. Therefore, achintya. How can it be both things be together? We are same and different from the Lord. Yes, it is inconceivable. So God is inconceivable is actually first recognized the Brahma himself. When the Brahma Vimohan Leela, we know that Brahma thought he can trick Krishna and test whether he is God. And he takes the coward boys. For 1 year, Bhagavatam says there was no discussion at home. Because who came back home were not the coward boys. Krishna duplicated everybody with their same nature, with their same dress, with their same behavior. No parent for 1 year could identify at home their child has not come. Isn't this inconceivable? Can we just even think it is possible that a duplicate of you is made and your father, mother, the closest people to you, cannot identify? Isn't it inconceivable? So is it difficult to understand Krishna is inconceivable? Difficult. And then the drama went on for 1 year, and after 1 year, this all got revealed as Brahma saw the children of both the places. And then Brahma was about to faint. So point is, do not try to measure the potencies of God by your tiny brain. That's a mistake Mayavadis are doing. Do not do that. But Sudama was totally bankrupt and he went to Krishna. He could not even ask Krishna, can you help me? And he came back. He saw instead of his house a big palace. How it is possible? So this is inconceivable potency of Krishna. We should have full faith. And actually, that is the beginning of bhakti. You tell me, when you see somebody, how you say like that? That means it's beyond your capacity to understand, correct? He's so powerful, he's so rich, he's so... You just totally become mesmerized, correct? Totally become chit. And that again happened when Brahma said once, I want to see Krishna. So he tells the messenger, and then what happens? The messenger says, to Krishna that Brahma wants to see you. So Krishna tells the messenger, find him which Brahma it is. So he says, which Brahma? Which Brahma? He thought he's the only Brahma. Which Brahma? He thought there is no other Brahma, I am the Brahma, because he sees only one universe. No? That is Kupa Manduka Nyaya at Brahma's level. Can you just imagine? At our level, just imagine Kupa Manduka Nyaya, we only see a small house and little street and one little light. Because we have not even seen the world. Look at Brahma, who is the creator of this whole universe and such a powerful personality. All the sages are worshipping him, blah, blah, blah. He is also under Kupa Manduka Nyaya, doesn't even know other Brahmas exist. So, he became very frustrated, very upset actually. Why is he asking such a question? Then he think about it. Chaturmukha Brahma, say Chaturmukha Brahma, because he's unique in this world as 4 heads. So Krishna said, yeah, let him come in. So when he came in, he started offering prayers. He saw not only him, the Brahmas having 100 head, 1,000 head, million head. Can't even imagine, the kind of shape. Inconceivable. And he's shocked, seeing so many big Brahmas. And he's the smallest, He pays his obeisances. Again, what can Brahma understand? It is inconceivable. In fact, the Brahma was about to faint at both instances. It was like, it was going, Chakkar, what will be our condition? Therefore, we do not know actually whom we are worshipping. We do not know the greatness of Krishna. We think it's a small thing. But it's not true. It's not true. Therefore, there is Pancharatrika Vidhi. Be careful when you worship the deity worship. Be very careful. Because we do not know whom we are worshipping. Therefore, the whole, the process makes us all the formalities of the process make us respectful. So Krishna's whole life is actually inconceivable. When he is born, it is inconceivable. How can you say? He is born, taking 400 form, and they take a small child form. Is it inconceivable? Lifting a mountain, showing Vishwarupa in a mouth, showing Vishwarupa to Arjuna on the battlefield. It is completely inconceivable. So it is not important, it is actually the beginning of bhakti. To understand God is inconceivable. Okay, so this is all very important. And actually Krishna's life is like that. He looks to be the greatest enjoyer, at the same time he's the greatest brahmachari. We know that when Bhishma, many people are not able to understand when Krishna is dancing with thousands of gopis or having thousands of homes in Dwarka. When Narada Muni comes once, he also gets stunned. He comes to Dwarka, it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, Krishna Leela, book proper summarizes Krishna Leela. The Narada Muni goes to every house of Krishna. And he said, in some house Krishna is doing something. In another house Krishna is doing something else. In another house Krishna is doing something else. He gets stunned actually by seeing all that. Totally surprised. How is it possible? One person is present in each of the 16,000 houses and is doing different activities in different houses. Some place he is laughing with his wife, some place he is playing with the children, some place he is giving charity, some place he is dressing himself. So what is happening? How can somebody do this? Isn't it inconceivable? How much evidence we need to know Krishna is inconceivable? It is inconceivable means what we see in this world is much beyond that. Nobody in this world is having the capacity Krishna is having. Whatever we see in the world, we cannot even imagine when we see Krishna. Yamashama Sundaram, having a total spiritual body, stunningly beautiful, smilingly, happy, unlimited Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu, full of unlimited ocean of pleasure. So we can't even imagine we'll see Krishna. It is beyond what we can conceive. Like Narada Muni, the small child, when he saw Krishna for a few minutes, he was totally stunned. All his senses of fighting with each other to take opportunity of brief association that he got with the Lord. Okay? And our life is to personally see this personality face to face. So it is inconceivable, isn't it? When Krishna was being criticized by Shishupal, at that time Bhishma said, people may say I am a great brahmachari. But actually if I was in the midst of those beautiful girls who are dancing around Krishna, I will be agitated. But Krishna was not even slightly agitated. Isn't it? That is a statement given by Bhishma. So he is the greatest brahmachari. Huh? greatest brahmachari. It's contradictory. Yes, it is contradictory. That is how the nature of Krishna. Everything about Krishna is contradictory. So it is not easy to understand. It is said, it is when Bhishma was about to leave the world, when the Pandavas came and Yudhishthira was refusing to rule, he was feeling he has committed so much sin. What does the Bhishma begin? It's very difficult to understand the plan of the Lord. Inconceivable for me. He said, I'm not able to understand. I don't understand why it is with such pious Pandavas, they had to undergo this situation. With Draupadi herself being there, with Yudhishthira, Dharmaraj being there, with Arjuna being there, with Bhima being there, such great personality, cannot understand aho kashtam. They went through such terrible suffering. Why? I am not able to understand. So even we cannot understand the different events in our life. True? I have understood what I have understood. We hardly can understand anything even in our life. True? It's very difficult to understand. And this is again inconceivable that we are having our minute independence at the same time. We are responsible. Just like a rain. Now rain gives water. Now using the water you can grow nice flowers, nice fruits. You can offer to the Lord and have nice prasadam. You can do that. But using the same land and water, you can grow charas, afim, ganja, destroy your life and destroy the life of some other people. Now then can you blame the rain for it? That is what people are doing. We blame God, but actually we are responsible. It's not easy to understand. How many philosophies can distinctly separate these two? Krishna is ekasthane sitas agni, josna vistarini sata. This is being quoted again and again by Srila Prabhupada also. So all the potencies of the Lord are there. Krishna is in one place, in Goloka, but pervading the whole manifestation by his potencies. At the same time, he is the doer and the not doer. Because without his will, not a blade of glass can move, so he did it. At the same time, no reactions can touch him. He doesn't do, we do. We misuse the facilities given by God. And therefore it is said in the different ways. It is said, here it was said in the end of the purport, that Garbhodaksha Vishnu is aloof from everything. In this world, Shirodaksha Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma are involved, creation, maintenance. Even Garbhodakshin people, it is said, Prabhupada says in the end, is aloof. Mahavishnu even more aloof. And then Krishna totally aloof from this creation. It is these all things are very, very inconceivable. So what do we conclude? Yes, Krishna is inconceivable. Don't measure him by your small mind. Even big personalities like Gautama, Kannada, messed up nicely, trying to understand God by our own mind. So to understand Krishna is like very submissively here, what Srila Prabhupada explains to us in the Guru Parampara, and try to implement. See, it is easy to speak. The biggest problem is it's very difficult to implement. And it's not good when you speak very big things but implement nothing. That doesn't make anybody interested. Right? Whatever little we can speak, we should try to implement in our life, and it will create a great success in our spiritual life. So each shloka here, we know who is speaking. Manu is speaking to Dhruva. Why is he speaking? He's giving him a philosophy to be able to stop him from unnecessarily killing that he's doing. He's explaining to him, actually, the death of his brother Uttama was already ordained by the Lord. And now why it is ordained? Not because of his own activities, past karma. It is already ordained by the Lord. And there is no reason to be so angry to punish so many people for just one person. Okay? And then what is the effect it had? Yes, Dhruva Maharaj stopped and he was blessed by Kuvera himself for that. And for us, yes, we get to learn some philosophy, some understanding. Okay, so this is the doctrine of Achinta Veda Veda. Actually, every Acharya presents a bhashya to establish his doctrine. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that this is the doctrine of the Vedas originally. Achinta Veda Veda is the doctrine of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is how we practice Krishna consciousness. And always keep in mind, Krishna is inconceivable. Prabhupada says, from that every knowledge begins. How the creation came? Inconceivable Krishna. How this universe came into being? Inconceivable power of Krishna. How I came into being? Inconceivable power of Krishna. Correct? We cannot just understand. Even creation of our own body, we cannot understand. It is inconceivable. It is beyond our capacity that somebody could do all this. It is just not possible to understand this. So we are worshipping, therefore in the Queen Kunti offers prayer. One side is the jiva, which is lost in material enjoyment, agyan. And other side is the Lord who adhokshaja, is beyond the power of aksha. There are many meanings. Adakshada means you cannot see materially. Adokshada means beyond the description of the word a to ksha. Correct? In Sanskrit at least it is a to ksha. Hindi also, I hope all other languages in India will be a to ksha. So adokshada means it's not even within a capacity to describe it. That is the wonderful Krishna that we... So Queen Kunti says, isn't such a difficult situation we are in. One side is we, who are not interested to know God. Okay? Other side is God himself, who is adhokshada. How difficult it is. Maya javanika achannam agna adhokshadam vayam nalaksha se mood dasha nato natyodharo yatha. So nato natyodharo yatha, again. भगवान ही नचा रहे हैं सबको, वो जो चाहते हैं वही होता है ना? People say like that. He is doing, at the same time he is not doing. That is inconceivable. So let us try to understand Krishna from very submissively now, understanding Bhagavatam, every word is inconceivable, Amala Purana, understanding this written by Vedavyasa, incarnation of God. We should submissively hear the words Srila Prabhupada uses, try to understand Krishna. In fact, Prabhupada says very sweetly, he says, don't try to understand Krishna too much. As much has been given in the Shastra. That much is enough. So for me, as much Prabhupada has explained, that much is enough. That much is enough. If you want to go back to Godhead. Prabhupada says, whatever you need to go back to Godhead, I have given in my books. As much needed, he has given. And now, our objective should be to implement that, even basics. It's extremely important to implement the teachings which we have. We don't look at Srila Prabhupada books only as a book of philosophy. We look at also the book which has its emotions, ecstasies, and also the book which has its orders. And as an Acharya, which is the Acharya for the golden age, only his orders we follow. We obey his orders. He is giving orders for the time, just like a simple order, we know, 16 rounds a chant. It's the order of Srila Prabhupada. Correct? We have to implement his orders, and our focus should go on that. Not just, I want to know the philosophy, it's not a big deal. Very important is implementing the orders. And then as you implement the orders of Srila Prabhupada, you will see gradually, by the mercy of the Acharya, the inconceivable Lord is revealed. Atapite deva padambujam doya prasada lesha anugrihita evihi jana vitatvam bhagavan mahimna natu ev apichiram bachim. We can speculate for millions of years, but the Lord will reveal within the heart by the mercy of the Acharya. Okay? Krishna is Yasa Prasadat Bhagavat Prasada, when Acharya is pleased, and then is Krishna revealed within the heart. Okay, so gradual revelation of the inconceivable Lord, because we cannot force it. Like Narad Muni, when he got the darshan and the darshan dissipated, he thought, again I can try. He was trying to force it. There is no mechanical process for us to perceive the inconceivable Lord or inconceivable potencies of the Lord and to develop faith in inconceivable. Properly, that's called faith, no? Faith in something sublime. So this will gradually develop as we implement the instructions of Srila Prabhupada in our life, and then we see that real progress will start. Hare Krishna, thank you. Anybody wants to add something on the inconceivable future of the Lord? Oh, Aishwarya Mataji, inconceivable.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Pranam. Yeah, I remember like how Mahaprabhu was dancing in the Radha Yatra. There were like 7 groups of Kirtan, and Mahaprabhu was in 7 different groups dancing. So not everyone could understand that and see that. So that was again Mahaprabhu's inconceivable potency. And I also like when Sachi Mata used to offer Bhoga. Mahaprabhu was somewhere else, but he used to come personally and have the prasadam. And whenever she goes and see, the prasadam would be empty. So Mahaprabhu was actually having the offering which Sachimata gave. And also once that when Kirtan was happening and all the devotees were hungry, he planted the mango seed and the mango tree came. So definitely this is the inconceivable potency of the Lord. The Lord is in every atom. He's in our heart. At the same time, he's in Goloka. So he's the Achintya Shakti of the Lord, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, this is inconceivable. It's sitting in everybody's heart, inside every atom, it is there at the same time in the spiritual world. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Isn't it inconceivable? Can you do that? You are inside every atom and you are also sitting in everybody's heart. Just think about it. And also you are in heart dancing with your devotees in Vaikuntha. It is inconceivable. So we are actually on a very, very, very big task, not something small thing we want to achieve. Correct? Is it a small thing? It's an impossible thing. We want to see this personality is able to do that. Won't that be amazing, It's not a word we are studying is science. Dustbin is kya hai iske samne, this you can, whatever even the Nobel laureate knows, you can understand if you apply yourself for a few years, correct? You can do that, but this is impossible. Is there a personality? Just imagine you're sitting inside every atom, sitting in everybody's heart, and also sitting in Vaikuntha. I want to see. But that will be challenging. And that is not by your hard work you can achieve. That can only be achieved by the mercy of Krishna. So, yes, thank you, Mataji. And you listed out just like Lord Krishna's pastime, Lord Chaitanya's pastime. In so many pastime, Lord Chaitanya was inconceivable. When Mother Sachi Mata was a pure devotee, he offered, she used to offer bhoga to Lord Chaitanya, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to like green vegetables. He'll make what he likes and he'll offer. And then she'll be crying, my child is not there. She'll open her eyes, everything is eaten up. He used to come and eat and go. How can he do that? Inconceivable. Inconceivable. And then, the pastime that when the Rath Yatra, 7 parties dance, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing in each party. So much enjoys Sankirtana. But not everybody could notice that. Oh, he's in the party, he's dancing with us. That's it. Just like Krishna was dancing with the gopis, he was there with every gopi. But everybody used to think only he's with us. They could not see the other forms. How he was doing that? Krishna is totally inconceivable. So similar things we see in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes also. Yes, Hare Krishna. Anybody else wants to add something inconceivable? Any pastime where you could feel that Krishna or any incarnation of Krishna acted inconceivably? Yes. Subhamay, yes. What do you like to add on to this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Pranam. Prabhuji, when Arjuna saw the universal form,
it was inconceivable. Correct?
It was inconceivable, yes.
All the power of the universe in one place. Yes, perfect.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Anunaya.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. When Lord Krishna was in Mathura and he was going to fight with the bull and going to kill Kamsa, everybody saw in different forms, depending on the nature of their devotion. Somebody saw him as as the greatest king, most powerful one. Somebody couldn't even understand what was going on. It is again inconceivable, Prabhuji.
Yes, Krishna is always inconceivable.
Hare Krishna.
Somebody saying Krishna dancing on the Kaliya. Yes, is inconceivable. Huh? Govardhan. And then Krishna brought the Sandipani Muni's child. Now it's impossible, no? Inconceivable. Somebody can even do that. Well, he will is in another form, no, another body, the soul is same form, same body. Brought him back. Apas love. It turned around the whole thing. Yes, Puja, Rake.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Padre Pranam. When Lord Brahma tried to take Lord Krishna's potency, and he tried to actually, all his friends and all cows were vanished, and then Lord Krishna himself was that, and then he took the all form of all his friends and the cows, and he returned to Gokula, and that is how that was the inconvenient potency by God.
Thank you, Mataji, Puja Mataji, thank you. Now Aishwarya Mataji has added the Krishna's Uttara's womb, correct? Protector of Brahmastra. Krishna saw, Akrura saw Krishna in the Yamuna at the same time, sitting in the chariot, yes. Krishna created overnight the Dwarka Dham, Reena Mataji, very good. Krishna protected Parikshit Maharaj, yes. Rameshji, okay. Govardhan Hill lifting, Niraja, yes. Sakshi Gopal story, yes. Inconceivable. Okay? So in so many ways we know Krishna is inconceivable. Thank you so much. Okay? Okay. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhyo eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Yes, Balaji is saying Krishna brought the 5 deaths as brothers, six. And Krishna brought them and he gave to once, Devika said, I'm feeling so sad, I could not see my children only for a short time. He brought all those 6 children and they were playing with the mother for some time, gave the satisfaction, and then Krishna took it. We cannot even imagine what is all this being taught. Krishna, you live in 16,000 palaces, 16,100 palaces at the same time. Krishna danced with the gopis at the same time. Yes. Yes, thank you. Vipin Vilasji, Brahma Vimohan Leela, we discussed. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji, Sadhu Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you for a wonderful talk.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna has supplied saris to
Yes, to Draupadi. Inconceivable.
Draupadi.
How it could be inconceivable. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Pranam Prabhuji.